Here at Georgia State University, and I just attended Cozy Confessions Part 2 with Questions with Qri.
I attended Cozy Confessions Part 2, partnership with Questions with Qri.
I just concluded the event with Questions with Qri, Cozy Confessions Part 2.
And we just attended Cozy Confessions Part 2
with a special twist, Questions with Qri. I thoroughly enjoyed the event. We got to discuss a multitude of questions and answers surrounding relationships in our lives.
I really liked how it was a physical and mental health component. We were able to have safe conversations, talk with real women who were going through real situations, and it was just a great, inspiring event.
And I really appreciated feeling safe in this environment to discuss and be very transparent. I also appreciated the fact that we were able to contribute questions that we really wanted to know the answers to.
All right, hey y'all, how are y'all? Good. Welcome to Cozy Confessions, Girl Talk Unplugged, Part 2. Okay. If we were able to make it last time, y'all know that Cozy Confessions was a great event. We got a lot of good feedback from you all saying y'all want another one. So we heard you, we listened, and we back with Part 2, but this time with a little twist, okay? But first, let me introduce myself. My name is Taya Mitchell. I am the president of the Zeta Phi chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And today I'm joined by my lovely sisters, but also my lovely big sister, Qri Monta, and she is Questions with Qri. So that's our collaboration today. That's our little twist. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to introduce Qri and tell you all a little bit about her. All right, so Qri is truly like no other. From becoming a voice of guidance for Atlanta's #1 radio station, a highly esteemed public speaker, a welcomed familiar face in Atlanta's social scene, a sought-after host for professional sports games, concerts, and conferences, to igniting activists across the country. Qri is bridging the gap between cool and conscious. She has elevated audiences across the country with her real and relatable approach, providing her audience with what they need to increase self-awareness, assurance, and sufficiency. So, everybody, please give a warm welcome to
Good afternoon, everyone. Evening, everyone. How are y'all doing? Good. No, y'all don't sound good. I said, how y'all doing? Good. Okay, great. So, like she mentioned, my name is Qri. I am a member of Zeta Phi. I went to Georgia State. Woo woo, go Panthers. A lot of things have changed since I graduated in 2018. So, yeah, a lot of things have changed, but I'm really excited to be back here, really excited to be working with my chapter. And with Questions with Qri, the twist, everyone got a question card. So if you got a question card, just make sure you got one. If not, then put your hands up and you can make sure we get you one. And you guys are going to write an anonymous question. You can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many can fit on your question card. You can write your questions down. Now, Taya can give you more background regarding the topics we want to focus on. I know self-love is one of them.
the theme of the night.
Great.
Is relationships. Now, this is relationships in all different aspects. So not just romantic relationships or just your relationship with your friends, but this can be your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your past self, with your future self, or even your future career goals or whatever. But it's all around how we can create better relationships for ourselves in all different aspects of our lives. So in any way that you all can think about that, like that's some of the questions you ask. Right?
And also, don't forget relationship with the Lord.
Yeah.
Whoever your Lord is. Relationship with the Lord, relationship with self, relationship with your parents, your friends, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. We really want to focus on that today. Yeah, we'll give you guys 5 minutes. So just take your time and write some questions. And once you guys have written your questions, fold them up. And you can just put them in the air so we can put them in a question cup so we can get started.
Into these questions that y'all fill the cup up with, okay? I did want to talk a little bit about the purpose of the event, all right? So much like the last Cozy Confessions, the purpose of us putting on this event is to cater towards our physical and mental health, for us specifically in the mental health realm. And I feel like all being students at Georgia State, how big this school is, but also how many different people you have coming in. You have people who live here on campus and you have people who commute. And I think that oftentimes we can get lost in, oh, there's so many people here, they have to have friends, or they have to have somebody that they can talk to. But a lot of the times people don't have people who have those conversations with each other is needed. And I think especially in this time, we all can use a little bit of girl time and a little bit of girl talk. So that's the purpose of today's event. We wanted you all to come dressed comfortably, come dressed down, leave all the facades and everything out the door, and just be yourself and be able to open up these conversations so that we can all grow and also have a great time.
Are you guys ready? Yes. I'm very excited. Okay, let's see whose question will be first. And also, if in fact, because I don't know all the answers, right? And so this is an open space. If you all have an answer that you would like to add, or an experience that you guys want to chime in on, just like give me one of these, and then we'll, make sure that you can share your experience or help answer the question for whoever's question it is. Okay, y'all got it?
Yes.
Okay, great. Ooh, honey, I'm scared. What's the best thing to do to be the best you? Right. Nice way to kick us off. I would say at you all's the space in life, in college or in school, spending time with yourself. Like, learn how to be by yourself. I get it, you want to be held, you want to cuddle, I get all of that, but there's no relationship like yourself. Like, I feel like my sophomore year, I spent so much intentional time with myself, and I was able to do like everything that I said that I wanted to do because I had a clear vision. I didn't have anybody else's words distracting me. I didn't have someone telling me. I just didn't have any distractions. And so I feel like the best thing you could do for yourself is to just sit with yourself, listen to those thoughts that keep coming up, listen to those thoughts that you keep pushing away, listen to those thoughts that you really don't want to listen to, because if you don't listen to them now, you're going to have to listen to them later. Like, they're not going to go away. It's like a baby. If you're not listening to a baby, the baby's going to keep crying until you start listening to it. So the baby can cry for 10 years because you have not given it the proper attention that's needed so you can foster whatever that baby needs. And your thoughts and you are essentially like a baby. Like, how old are y'all? 20, whatever? You're like that year-old adult. So if I'm 28, I'm just an 8-year-old adult. I'm literally just an 8-year-old adult. So imagine yourself at 8. You didn't know little or nothing. So treat yourself that kind when you're spending time with yourself, because in reality, you have your mom or your dad, but they can't go through your experience for you. So I would say the best thing I think you could do for yourself is to spend time with yourself. Got it?
I love these.
Okay, it says, do you have any advice on building a relationship with God while having many priorities on your plate? Anybody want to go first? No? Go ahead, sweetie.
Things that you can do is whenever you have so many things on your plate, the first thing that you do when you wake up in the morning, if you don't have time to read a Bible, at least read the verse of the day. And with that, I feel like that forms like a slow relationship with God. And as time, you don't find time for God, you give time to Him. So I feel like you being able to sit down 5 minutes that you're not scrolling on your phone, it could be 5 minutes that you're spending with Him. So I feel like that would allow you to build a relationship while you have so many things that you have going on.
So you have to read your Bible, you have to do this, you have to do that, but sometimes you can just talk to Him how you talk regularly. I feel like that's how I started forming a relationship with Him, because it kind of puts the pressure down a little bit. You can just talk to Him on a day-to-day basis. If you're in the car, if you're sitting up, if you're in class, just talk.
And so I feel like if you just talk to Him, like someone mentioned, just having that open communication, like I talk to God, I mean, it may sound funny, but sometimes I argue with Him, like, why am I going through this, or why is this happening, or, just opening up freely to express yourself. That starts building your comfortness of just talking to Him, and then you'll start praying more, and it'll get better. It'll get better over time.
Anybody else have anything to add? I think those were all really good, and I was able to resonate with all of them. I do feel like it's a matter of what you want, and so if you are not in a place to receive the goodness and greatness of God, then you won't receive it because you don't want it. Your posture is not in a wanting posture. And so you have to remember, it's like if somebody puts a plate of food in front of you, you don't want it, so you're not gonna eat it. But it's there. But you're not hungry, you don't want it. That's not what you want, so you don't even see it as something that could help you because that's not what you want. And so it's a matter of where are you with your wants? And if your priorities are your wants, then that's what you're gonna get. But if God is your want, then that is what you're going to get. Every single time. I'll give you guys a story. And it's, I felt like I needed a little more, razzle dazzle from God, okay? Now, I call God Yahweh. And you guys, if you don't know that particular name, then that's perfectly fine. But when I speak to God, I'm like, Yahweh, dang, like what's going on? I'm frustrated. So that's how our conversations go. I'm very much speaking like my regular self. And I'm like, I need clarity. I need conviction. There's so many things that I need right now. And I need for you to show up in a way that you never showed up for me. And I need you to show up this particular way. And so for a little backstory, you guys know what a car tag is? Like the little license plate? So on license plates, there's just random numbers, right? Well, not for me. I always see words on license plates. It gets on my nerves because I kept seeing this one particular name. And I'm like, Yahweh, I'm trying to move on. Why do I keep seeing this particular name on this car tag? Like, I would see like 11 times a day. Imagine seeing somebody's name 11 times a day. You're not even in the car 11 times. But you see this person's name 11 times? I'm like, all right, Yahweh, what's going on? I'm getting frustrated, I'm getting aggravated, like, if in fact you hear me, if in fact I'm not crazy, if in fact everything's gonna be okay, I'm just asking different questions that I know that I need reassurance in. I said, if in fact, X, Y, and Z, show me your name. Not G-O-D, I need Y-H-W-H. And so I'm driving around, it's been like a week. I'm like, Yahweh, where you at, bro? Like, hello? I kid you not, I'm leaving my mom's house and she lives not too far from me. I get home and my next door neighbor who I share a driveway with, his car tag said YHWH. I kid you not. Let me try to find a picture. I sat in the driveway and cried for like an hour because I was in disbelief that, going back to what I said earlier, this is my next door neighbor. We share a driveway. So I didn't have to go looking at all. He was right there the whole time. But it wasn't until I wanted him to be there that I was able to see. And my neighbors had that car for like 7 years. So it's not like, he just got this car. This car has been here the whole time. But the thing is, I don't like my neighbor. Me and my neighbor don't get along, and so I was never in a place to receive what he had to give because I didn't ask for it. I didn't want it. And so I just say that to say it's a matter of what it is that you want. So if you want, y'all, I'm trying to find a picture, sorry. I just gotta make sure you guys see it. See? Right here, on the picture. I don't know if y'all can see that, but literally I pulled in my driveway and the car tag said exactly what I asked for. So if you don't want God to be your priority, that's fine. Focus on your priorities, but you're gonna keep focusing on your priorities, and your priorities gonna keep whooping your ass. It happens. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me. So figure out what it is that you want, because God already knows what you want. You just don't. So you're the one that's confused. So it's about figuring out what you want, and then once you do, you'll be able to develop a true relationship that is give. No take. It's only give. Only give. Y'all got it? Oh, all right. Don't push. Right. Don't push, child.
Okay, it says, how do you know you are in real love or just infatuated because of physical
relationships. Okay, as in, are you matized or are you? Yeah, I would first start off with asking God to reveal to answer your question, because I can't answer your question. But ask God for a sign. I'm very much a signs girly. I needed like this guy so I could just know that this was you. Kid you not, a friend called me and was like, I asked God to show me a sign and I found this when I went over there. Well, that you asked for it. Y'all wasn't in love. Y'all was just in lust. Y'all was just in lust. And so I think it's important to go to God first and ask God. And then what I think she said earlier, don't like make up your mind on what you want God to say. So you have to sit with that question until it is answered. I told you I waited for days to see the car tag. Days. And I didn't give up. I was just like, I'm still waiting. We still here. And so it's a matter of you willing to wait, because hell, God is waiting on you to ask. You can at least wait on him to answer. At the bare minimum, you ain't doing nothing else but out here lusting. The least you could do is wait on the answer, right? And then also building that relationship with yourself and with God, because once you do, you'll know what love is. So you won't have to question it. So because I know what love is, I don't have to question if I'm matized or in love. I don't have to, because I know what it is. It's me. It's the work that I've done. It's the relationship that I have. It's me asking and receiving for whatever. I could go on and on telling you about what I have asked for and what I have gotten. And so it's about what you want. It's about what you're willing to ask for. And it's about what's on the inside of you. Because if you feel like it's lust, it's lust. Our feelings don't lie. Think about it like this. I don't know if y'all love, let's say, your mama or your daddy or your cousin, whoever. Think of a family member that you love. You don't question them. That's love. You're not infatuated with them. You're not lusting over them, I would hope. But even still, love does not change regarding like attraction. It's just love. So it's not a matter of, oh, am I infatuated or do I love you? If you have to ask, you're not in love. If you have to ask, that is your answer, because you are love. And until you realize you're love, you'll never understand the difference. Okay? So to really answer your question, think about someone that you love and how they treat you and how you don't have to question them because you know it's love. And then think about the person that you do have to question and just compare the two, and then you'll get your answer. It says, what is some advice for someone struggling with mental health? Go ahead, sweetie. And then just make sure you project.
Sometime last year, I was dealing with like some mental health issues, like different things, personal things, family issues. And I kind of received advice like, you shouldn't take advice from someone whose life you wouldn't want to trade places with. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm trying to say? So I was like, okay, like between my parents and a therapist, who should I listen to most? So I just like recommend going to therapy. I've been there for a year now, and it's really changed my life. So I recommend going to therapy.
Hey y'all, I'm Sammy, and I feel that in regards to mental health, one, taking a step back, whether that's from social media, and I know it's so much things going on in the world, y'all. It gets overwhelming, but just really taking a moment to really understand the real core issues of what's going on, what's causing you to feel the way that you're feeling, and waking up and saying positive affirmations. I know that sounds a little mischievous, but it really does work. I used to do it. Just wake up, just write. Even if you have to put like post-it notes on your mirror, like when you look at the mirror, just remind yourself that you are where you are supposed to be, and there is no one that can ever tell you that you are not in the place that you are supposed to be. And you just have to really believe believe in that, and whether or not you fully believe it, I think you should fake it till you make it. One day you're going to think that you are in the place that you're supposed to be. Feel the way that you're.
Something I actually wanted to highlight is that GSU actually does offer 20 free counseling sessions. I think it's really important to also know the resources that are available to you. We're all college students, so money is definitely tight for some of us. And with your tuition, with how expensive it is, I think that is also an important source that I think could be helpful to people started struggling with their mental health. I've definitely checked them out. They're really nice over there. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I feel like in those times, you are supposed to be able to lean on the community that you have. If you feel like you cannot lean on anybody in your circle, then that's part of your problem right there. If you feel like you cannot lean on anybody in your circle, these are again, you have friends for different things. If you feel like in your whole circle, all y'all can do is go be hot girls, you need to reevaluate and again take accountability and responsibility for the space that you're in. You need to make sure that you at least have one room that you are not the smartest person in the room. You need to have a room where you're able to learn and grow and be able to have somebody to hold your head up while you're trying to regain yourself. It's okay to have your head down, but you're supposed to have people there to help you regain that. And so making sure that you remove yourself from those spaces where all you can do is have distractions around you, and making sure that you create a space for yourself alone, because just because you're alone does not mean that you are lonely, but making sure that you have that space alone, but also with that group of people to make sure that they are able to hold your head up and hold your crown until you're able to put it on and wear it as strong as you can.
Okay, I'm going to add something so we can move on. I will say, find a routine, okay? Find a routine. I'm an entrepreneur, so some days I work 1 hour, some days I work all of them. But it's so important to just have a routine because there's so much power and magic in repetition, right? There's so much power. You can apply the power of repetition to everything that you do. If you practice riding your bike, eventually you're gonna get better. If you practice singing, eventually you're gonna get better. Eventually, something is going to happen. So one, find a routine and do it religiously. Even if you don't have time to do it. So on my morning walks, if I can't go on my morning walks, I'll go on an evening walk. I'll figure out a way to still find solace in the routine that I've built, because at the end of the day, I know that there's magic. I've seen the magic happen, right? So with what I think one of you guys mentioned earlier, really knowing, sitting in, what'd you say? Sitting in, I like what you said. Sitting in sobriety. Yeah. Sitting in, I like that. Sitting in sobriety. And sobriety is not just from substances. That's from social media. That's from your parents. That's from your friends. That's from anything that is moving you further away from yourself and what you're supposed to be doing in that moment. Sit in solace. Sit in sobriety. Sit in it so you can know, when this happens, this is what's really going on. So for example, going back to entrepreneur. When I feel like, I don't know if the contract is gonna come through, I sing my money song. Ching, 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 ching. I sing it every single day. Ching, ching, ching goes the money tree. And every time it ching, money comes to me. It flows so easy and abundantly. From the top, left, right, to up under me. Every day, ching, ching, ching. I sing it every day. When I wake up, every day, ching, ching, ching. Oh man, I went into Publix the other day, I found $50. So that's what I'm saying. Ching, 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 But I'm saying, now that particular one I got from TikTok. I did not make that one up. But I have been saying it since I found it. Grandma sent me money the other day. Money is just, when I say money is coming to me, and so throughout the day, I'm just saying ching, 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 ching. If I don't like traffic, guess what? I sing my traffic song. Green, 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 that's all I get. Green, 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 I don't never sit in traffic. Green, 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 that's all I know. Green, 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 I just get in and go. I don't never sit in traffic no more. I don't never sit in traffic. I'm telling you, because repetition works. You are spirit first. You are not flesh. And so when you realize that God literally said, let there be light, and those were his words, I don't sit in traffic. The light just turned green. Let's go. I'm not. Money comes to me. Oh, found $50 on the floor. We're not playing them games. We're not playing those games. So stop playing games with yourself. And I understand that mental health is a thing, okay? It is so hard to come out of. But when you start remembering the power that lies truly within you, when you start taking time, because it takes time, when you start taking time to just say some affirmations, sing them if you have to. I sing mine because there's power in song. There's so much power in rhythm in song. But if you don't realize your power, then guess what? Your power is just gonna be sitting there looking like, dang, I wish you would use me. But what you don't use, you lose, right? So if you don't use your power, you will eventually lose it and end up like some of the people I know. And it's not gone forever, but it's a matter of you knowing exactly what's going on. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling anxious. Let me say my affirmation for anxiety. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling horny. Let me say my affirmation to help me resist temptation. Oh, I'm serious. Oh, you know what? I'm feeling lonely. Let me say my lonely song. Oh, you know what? I think I'm never gonna have a husband. Let me sing my husband song because I got one, baby. Okay? And that's because I've sat and I'm able to pinpoint, oh, I'm feeling this. Let me do this. Oh, I'm feeling this. Instead of me reverting back to my old ways that just kept me in the cycle, because that's how Satan works, let me really do the work to be the person that I want to be, okay? Find that routine, find that rhythm, find that affirmation, and start repeating it on a daily basis. And I promise you, y'all, I can't make this up. Once you do that repeatedly, you are giving the universe permission. You're welcoming, you're changing your posture so you can receive everything that you're asking for. How to deal with expressing yourself in relationships when you don't want to come off as vulnerable. Wait, that's not nice. That's so not nice. I can attest that I was once here, and I had to realize that that was not what I wanted. And so just a new goal for me, for myself this year, is a matter of I only want to be in safe spaces. That's it. I only want to be in safe spaces. If I do not feel like I can communicate effectively, because I communicate very effectively, but if I can't find the words, and I always have the words, if I cannot find the words to say to this person to express what I am feeling, or not even find the words, if I don't feel comfortable doing it, I don't need to be here. And it's just that simple. It is just that simple, because again, you don't question the air in your lungs, you just breathe. You don't question the sun rising, you just get up and that thing is there. There's so many things that you don't have to question. So if you don't have to question something as grand as the sun, or us sitting in a room being able to breathe as a result of oxygen that's outside, why the hell are you questioning this person? It don't make sense. Because we should be questioning how we're breathing right now in this room where there's no trees. Yet we're not questioning it because we trust it. We're vulnerable in this very moment. We're vulnerable just in trust. So how is it that you can be vulnerable in one instance, but you can't be vulnerable with a person that you're sharing your body with or sharing your space with? It don't make sense. It does not make sense. So when you have to question somebody, and I guess I'm gonna keep saying it all night, when you have to question somebody, that is your answer. If you don't feel like being vulnerable with that person, that is your answer. Start practicing being vulnerable with yourself so it is familiar to you. So then when you get into a place where you don't feel vulnerable, you can know, oh, this isn't for me because I'm vulnerable with myself. Oh, this isn't for me because I'm vulnerable with God. Oh, this isn't for me because I know what vulnerability looks like. And at the time when I was in something that I shouldn't have been in, it was because I was not vulnerable with myself. So I didn't know what it really looked like because I wasn't doing it myself. So if you don't feel comfortable being vulnerable with them, one, you're probably not vulnerable with yourself. 2, you're probably not being as vulnerable that you could be with God. And 3, you probably don't need to be with their ass. So many good ones. Let me see. Now this is gonna be quick. Because I feel like I just had this revelation last year. It says, how do you cope with relationships that aren't serving you? You don't. It's just that it's truly that simple. When you make it more complicated, then you start to cope with it. When you have to start questioning, I promise you, that's your answer. I woke up last year and realized so much stuff that I was coping with and settling with, and I was like, oh God, oh Jesus, this is what am I doing? But it was because I was trying to figure out, is this serving me? Is it not? If it's not serving you, you know it's not serving you. That's why you're asking. Because you wouldn't ask, oh, if you know this person is serving you, you're not going to question them. If this relationship is serving you, you're not going to question it. It's when you start to have doubt and start to question that you know you have the answer. So don't spend no extra time on it. Y'all too young. For real. Okay? Y'all don't want to be at the end of y'all 20s just learning, oh, I've been bullshitting. No, you don't want that. You don't want that. I promise you, you don't. You don't. You have something, sweetie?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, and your sign of how it don't serve you is gonna get bigger and bigger, and that's gonna hurt you more and more. Like, he gonna make it as loud, he gonna make it clear as day each time. So really pay attention, because he put it in your face every time.
Yeah. And what I was gonna say too is, like, I'm a big believer in what's meant for you will come for you. And I feel like what's meant for you isn't always necessarily meant to be easy. Sometimes it is hard. Sometimes you do have to work, but it shouldn't be impossible. And if it's impossible, that's a sure sign of, like, this ain't for you, because you shouldn't have to keep fighting and nothing is changing.
Okay, I like this one. It says, what's the best way to level up after a hard breakup? Clock that team. Yeah. So you have to start taking yourself seriously. They chose you. They chose themselves. I don't know who broke up with who. Either way, y'all broke up because it seemed like somebody was choosing themselves. You have to mimic that energy, okay? Block them. Don't go check nothing about nothing, because it don't matter. Let them come and find you, and then when they come and find you, you still can't be found because you're a different person. Block them. That's the first step to level up from a breakup. It has worked 100 times out of 100. Every time you block somebody, even if you think, block them. Like, I feel like that is just the most realest thing to do. And I've had guys come back when we did cross paths again, and they was like, thank you. Or they was like, you know what? That was the most realest shit that anyone has ever done. And ain't nobody treated me like that. So now you got to sit with yourself, because I can't sit with it. If you don't want to carry your baggage, neither do I. It's too heavy. First step in leveling up, block them. Yeah, you can get in the gym, all that other stuff is cute. Block them first. On every social media, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, whatever you got, block them on that. Block them on your phone. Block them on your burner. Block them. Like, when I say cut off access, cut it off. Because once you cut it off, you can see just how clearly they had you effed up. You can't see how much they had you effed up if you still looking at them. And if they still looking at you, hearting and liking, and now they confusing you and you getting distracted and all this, you can't level up. The only way to level up first is to block. Okay, who wants to add? Go ahead, girl.
Keep them not blocked on Instagram just so they can see how good I look and how far. No, just block them completely. They don't need to see or think about you. Then I would say, if you can, definitely indulge in some retail therapy or self-care. Whatever you like to do that makes you feel happy. I remember I sat and I watched the whole Twilight series, and I just felt great. Like, whatever makes you feel happy in a moment, whatever you like to do, any little thing, do it. And do it, and do it, and do it, and do it. And eventually, you'll stop remembering how bad they hurt you. Or if you do, I also thought of why he had me messed up. What did he do, and how did I feel when he did that? And I remembered that. I was like, I never want to feel like that again. I'm never going to let myself feel like that again. And then, yeah, that's what I kept doing.
Hello, my name is Ashley. I just wanted to say also, as a blocker, I completely agree. Nobody should have access to you. And I have had a lot of friends who are too focused on proving a point to somebody that you no longer want them, proving a point that you're doing better, proving a point that you have a new job, and you're still giving that person the same amount of access, even if you're not talking to them, because you're still trying to prove a point that you're better or that you've grown. And I feel like completely eliminating that person proves the point that you've grown past them instead of trying to show how much you've grown.
So doing something nice. Go ahead, sweetie.
I just want to add real quick. You gotta, back to what you said. You gotta appreciate, let go of what once was, and you gotta appreciate, the lessons that you have gained from that specific relationship and the time that you did have. Because when you think of it, you have to know or stay true to the fact that you're one step closer to being the person that is for you. Because we all have somebody who's going to see us for our true selves and love us unconditionally. So I would just say that. That's real good.
I think the biggest thing is self-love. Remind yourself who you was, even though, the relationship is over. Don't forget that I was a baddie then, I'm still a baddie now, even though I miss my boo. The relationship isn't healthy. That self-love is going to be the first step to you realizing I need to level up. I'm not loving myself the way I should be because I'm still thinking, well, why didn't he love me like this? So don't forget yourself. Like, that's helpful. Like, don't forget you was a baddie. Always be a baddie.
So now, just regarding what Ariana said, it's so great to remember that you're a baddie, right? Because you are. But in the midst of that breakup, sometimes it's hard to remember. Like, sometimes it's hard to remember, like, dang, what did I do wrong? How did this happen? Like, you ask yourself a million questions. But going back to what she said, start doing things that you like. Start really getting to know yourself and figuring out what it is you like. I really like flowers. That's a non-negotiable. If you not giving me flowers, you not getting no flower. We not playing those games. What do you think is the best way to vet a potential romantic partner?
Hi, my name is Destiny. And one thing my mom always tells me is be a lady. Like, be a lady. Please don't be a YN. Like, just a lady. And be chill, and I agree. Like, the way you are and the way you act and the way you present yourself, that's how you're going to be treated. So, if you want to be treated with respect, you have to show respect within yourself for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Nobody's going to just automatically give you that if they don't feel that you're giving it to yourself.
So for the people in the back, I'm not sure if you guys could hear her. She said, one, make sure you're being a lady. Okay? Don't be, what you said, a white man? Oh! I thought you said a white man. I was like, okay, all right. I don't know what he got to do with this, but don't be a white man. Hilarious. Makes so much more sense. I was like, white man? I was so confused. Okay, she said, be a lady. Do not be a YN, and make sure you are essentially setting precedents. So how you want to be treated is how you need to be acting as well. Like, go into it. They're not going to know to respect you if you're not respecting yourself. You go into it setting precedents of who you are so that they can follow suit. And if they don't follow suit, then that means they're not for you.
Yeah, they don't get right, they get left.
Right. They don't get right, they get left. Okay. Ciao. It's just that we've answered these. It says, it says, what are your non-negotiables in a relationship? Can be friends or partners. Now, I just recently had to figure out my non-negotiables because it's like, as you just get older and gain more experience, your non-negotiables change. And I'm like, dang, I was journaling. I'm like, do I not know myself? What are my non-negotiables? Like, this is crazy. it was kind of difficult for me. So I would love to hear some of you all's non-negotiables, because when I got on the TikTok, the girlies had a lot of non-negotiables. I was like, okay, wow, it helped me. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tiani. I have two non-negotiables that I'll never move on. One, you have to have a relationship with God. It's no way. There's no way. I do not want to marry nobody who's not equally yoked to me.
Yep.
I have a very strong center with the Lord, and if you don't know Him, you don't know me. Because the only way you can reach me is through God.
Right.
And my second one is you have to respect me. I only acknowledge Princess or Tiani. That's the only two names I will ever acknowledge. There's no way that you can think that you can be with me, but you don't have any respect for me. You don't care about how I feel. You don't care about what hurts my feelings. You don't care about nothing about me, and that goes a part of respect. So if you can't respect me, and if you don't have a relationship with God, there's no way that we can have a future together in any type of form, whether it's friendships or in a relationship romantically. There's no way that it could ever work.
I love that. Who else wants to share some of their non-negotiables?
3 or 4 non-negotiables. 1, don't disrespect me. Like Tiana said, I don't play that. Don't play games with me. If you want to go play a game, go play with your Xbox. I don't have time for that. I'm a grown woman. I don't have time for you to be trying to sit here, talk to me, talk to that girl. If that's what you want, let me know up front. I don't have time for you to try to tell me you want a relationship, but you really just want this, that, and the third. And 3, if you could go a whole day and I don't see a text or a call in my phone, baby, the next thing you finna receive is that green message.
It's nothing, right? You blocked, right?
I don't
give some of my non-negotiables. One, and I'll just say it. Someone who has lost a parent is a non-negotiable for me, because I've been there and I don't want to do that again. So first date, if I find out that we could have a great time, but if somewhere along the line I have found out you have let it slip that you have lost a parent, unfortunately this is not gonna work, because that's a very heavy bag to carry. And most people do not carry that bag well. And if in fact you are not willing to carry your baggage, neither am I. You have to carry it first. I don't mind helping you carry it, but if it's just me carrying it and I realize I keep attracting people that have lost a parent, what is that about? And I keep being the one trying to help them through it. And I realize it's not my place. So if you have lost a parent, we can't do this. If you are not chivalrous, we can't do this. So if you don't see the importance of holding my door, then we can't do this. If a man is not holding your door, you wait there until he comes to get it. I've had to do this. I have had to sit in the car, and this man is in the restaurant. I'm just like, well, did you think I was gonna get it? Like, what did you think? So now it's showing me that you don't think. So this isn't gonna work. Like, there's so many things. There's so many other questions that come from him not even looking back to make sure. Like, there's so many other questions. So if you cannot exude chivalry. We can't do this. Flowers. I gotta have my flowers. Those are a must. And then overall, just me feeling safe. So my senior year of college, I was assaulted by a police officer. And it took me a while to realize how that situation affected me, because it affected me in a multitude of ways. But the police officer that assaulted me was Black. So that had me questioning every Black man. And it's like, okay, I want to build a family with a Black man, but I don't trust them. I don't feel safe around them. There were so many things, right? And so that happened when I was 22? So 6 years later, I realized that I have to feel safe around you. I have to feel safe. I gotta feel like if somebody run up, you gonna knuck if you buck. Not saying that we are in situations like that, but your posture, your cadence, your honesty, the way you carry yourself, I have to feel safe, because for so long, 6 years of my life, as a result of someone else's actions, I stopped feeling safe. I stopped feeling a lot of things, to be honest, but yeah, gotta feel safe, got to. All right, great. Hey, questions. That was good. Y'all got some good non-negotiables. I'm gonna have to take some of them.
May I add one?
Yeah, go ahead. What? Of course.
Hi,
Hi everyone, I'm Travia. One of my non-negotiables are bad oral hygiene. That really bugs me
Yes.
on so many levels.
No, you're right.
Out of everything, I can overlook a lot, but that is just what I can't. I'm sorry.
That might be next. Should it be normalized? No. I was just kidding. Because I personally just disagree, but I could be wrong. Y'all could help me. It says, should it be normalized for girls to shoot their shot the same way we expect boys to?
Immediately no.
Okay. Wait. Oh, we have someone right here. Go ahead, sweetie. I haven't heard from you all day.
Hi, I'm Malaysia. So I would say yes, that it should be normal because I'm a victim of that. I've done that. And now I'm currently in a 1-year relationship with the sweetest man in the world. And all those non-negotiables that y'all had, yeah, those are non-negotiables for me, and he exceeds them. He does everything that I desire, and I feel safe around him.
Talk to us.
And yeah, so I feel like you gotta go for what you want. If you don't go for what you want, then you're just gonna sit there looking crazy.
That's right, girl. I mean, you right. You right, girl. Go ahead, right here on the end.
I would say yes and no. I'm old school. I do believe that you gotta come to me. However, I was made aware that you have to go after what you want. I'm only going so far though. I might say you look good. You gotta take it after that. I might roll. I can meet you 25%. You gotta meet me the 75% because that's how I am. However, we are in a generation where a lot of things are normalized, and we have a different view on life than the people that were before us. So there should be some space to be like, okay, I may have to say you look good twice. Not saying it for 3 times, because if you don't get the hint, you know what I'm saying. I'll say you look good and I squint. You don't get it. That means I like you. I just can't. But you should at least show that you are interested instead of not saying you are hard to get. We are very much hard to get, but to show interest as well to the person that you are interested in gives them the same thing that we're looking for.
I'm going to let her be the last one because we do have to wrap up. I'm going to do one more question and then we have to go. Hats off to my sister right here. What's your name, Malaysia? That's my little sister name. Hats off to you. I'm not doing that shit. I'm just not. And I appreciate the women that can do it because I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. And I'm so happy that you are in a 1-year relationship because thank you for like showing people that it can be done. Just for me personally, it doesn't compute for me because I also, and I will tell guys this, if you wanted to, you would.
Ooh, say it again.
It's just that simple. I'm not asking you for more than what you want. If you wanted me, you would. If you're afraid, if you're intimidated, that don't got nothing to do with me. Your inability to know your worth has nothing to do with me knowing mine. And I've had to have those tough conversations. You don't know your worth, but I know mine, and that's fine. You don't think that you're worth someone like me? Perfectly understandable. I get it. I understand. Like, it is okay. But in it being okay, do not think that I'm going to come down to your level. I'm not, because I don't have to. I have created a level of my own, and it is either we're going to meet at a level, but I don't feel like I should have to go down. Now, in Elijah's case, he exceeded. He came in and he did what needed to be done. He just needed that push. But like Lil Mom in the back said, a lot of the guys today think that they are the prize. And you know what? Rightfully so. Think that. But the women know that we're the prize. Okay? So it's a difference. The guys are thinking and the women are knowing. And when you know, it's a matter of men being like hunters or whatever that phrase is. Men like to hunt. And if you wanted to come to me, if you wanted to make sure nobody else had access to me, if you wanted to step up to the plate, if you wanted to get me flowers, if you wanted to do all these things, you just would. You just would. And I shouldn't have to ask. Yes, we can have conversation about it. And I can, like she said, I can roll the ball to you. But I need for you to pick that thing up and shoot. And if you're not trying to shoot, then we can just get off the court. Okay? I can just go to the field or something. I can go somewhere else. Okay? Okay. This is going to be the last question. I do want to just say that I think this was really great. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Are you guys having like a good time, kind of, sort of? Okay, good. So the last question is, can you give me any advice on how to get over the relationship that I don't have with my father? Right, that's why I picked it. I was like, oh, this is a good one. This is so good. This is so good. Okay, I saw her hand up. Go ahead, girl.
Some people are not as fortunate to have that choice. So if you're in the position where you have a father who's not present in your life, as much as it hurts to say, you honestly have to take it and move on. Because just like any other man in your life that may not be present, whether that's a relationship or a boyfriend or a future boyfriend, whatever, girlfriend, whatever, that person that's supposed to fill in that space, if they can't fill that in, all they're doing is taking from it each time you try to build a relationship they don't want. You can't change someone's mind. If he doesn't want it with you, then it's just the unfortunate cards you've been handed. But I would say to take those cards and do something with it, because anything or any any unfortunate situation I've been in, I've always taken that to better myself and use it to help me grow as a person. So sometimes there's just things in life you can't change, and it's better to just get over it.
And something I really had to learn was to give it to God. I don't know if everybody believes in God, but because what you can find yourself doing is seeking that relationship elsewhere, and that's what you don't want to do. So to solve that part, I feel like seeking God, and He will fill that void for you, because you rather have God fill that void than seeking it from somebody else. So that's what I really had to learn, and it still is a struggle, because that's what we're made to have, a father in our life. So when you're missing that, I just feel like you should seek God.
Thank you, Candy. I love that. And then last one.
Hey y'all, my name is Charlize, and I'm currently going through this right now. And
thank you for sharing that. Wow.
Yeah, one thing that I'm trying to do right now, my therapist has been helping me through it, is accepting him for who he is and stop trying to change him, or I guess, or at least in my head be like, one day he'll be like this. My parents had me when they were older. My dad is like 60 now, I think 61, and so he's been this way since he was young. He has older kids than he had when he was younger, and so I don't want to. Because I kind of get in a state of mind where I'm just like, just keep hoping and hoping and hoping. And at this point, I just have to accept that this is the man that he is. He decided to have kids and, not really value having a relationship with them. Also, something that me and my therapist we're talking about is me like building my own family, because my family is not that close. And so just like I have an uncle, he's married, he's a really good dad to my cousins, and so of course nobody can ever take my biological dad's place, because he's my biological father, but going to like my uncle for that, and having him to talk to, and still just trying to have some type of father figure, and yeah, I think just acceptance. And, yeah.
I'll kind of touch on everybody's point, because I feel like you all made really good points. One, just regarding giving it to God, be so specific, right? Like, God, I have a void in my heart because of the absence of my father. And as a result, I need for you to do X, Y, and Z. Like, you have to get so specific so you know that when you are given that, it came from the source. It didn't come from this man. It didn't come from this friend. It didn't come from anybody else. So get so specific. God, I have a void in my heart because of the absence. I am in a state of mourning that I don't know how to deal with, because he's still here, but he's not here. I had to get so specific because when I said I don't date men that have lost parents, I asked God, what is this? I have both of my parents because they said you are what you attract. I was living in a state of mourning. I was mourning the absence of my father, so therefore I kept attracting men who had lost theirs. It's so real, that whole you are a spirit first. And so I said, you know what? Because I kid you not, when I stopped mourning the absence of my father, I stopped dating men who had lost their father. They stopped coming to me. I was like, why do y'all want me? Why do y'all want me? It was because I was still mourning. But when I got so real and said, you know what, God, this is taking a toll on me. I cannot see straight. I cannot breathe because this person's supposed to be here. He's not here. A police officer put his hands on me. He did nothing. Imagine that. Another man then put his hands on you. And your own dad has nothing to say. Nothing to say, nothing to do, nothing. What? I felt like I was going insane. I had nobody there. But I got so specific with what I needed. God, I need you in this way. And I don't need nobody else. I need you. You have to get so specific with what it is that you need. 1. 2, it is not you that they don't want. It is what comes with you that they don't want. I'm a great freaking person, okay? And I had to remember that. I'm a great person. But sometimes people can't handle your greatness, and it could be your parents too. So it's not always about you. Sometimes it's truly just about them and what they're going through and the demons that they're fighting, right? And so when I realized that my dad is just a person, going off of what she said, I had a conversation with him, and I'm looking at you just because you just let me know that's something you're going through. I sat down and I had a conversation with him. And I told him, I said, you know what? Instead of you being my dad and I be your daughter, how about you just be a person and I just be a person? So I released him from the obligations. I released him from my expectations. I released him from everything that I thought he should have been for me. And I just saw him as a person here for the first time. And when I started seeing him as a person, child, it's like it all clicked. Oh, you were a person. Now I'm able to understand you from this realm versus this perfect parent realm who's supposed to be there and supposed to do this and supposed to do this. Nope. I can see you just as a person. Oh, you ain't call me back. Oh, okay. You busy. Not, oh, you didn't call me back because you don't love me because you're a bad dad and now I'm going down. Nope. Just a person. And you know what? When we had the conversation, he looked at me and he said, thank you. He looked at me and he said, thank you. Because he didn't have a father. He didn't have it to give. What people give you is what they have to give. So you wanting more than what somebody can give you, that's selfish. You're doing too much. It's not about you. Allow them to give you what they have to give. And then leave it at that. Don't expect more. See what they've given you. If he's giving you this, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. That may not be what I want, but that's what I'm getting. So I'm going to appreciate it. And I'm not going to expect you to do more. I'm not going to try to cry about you doing more. I'm not going to do all of that because that's who you are. What if he tried to come and change you? You're going to be looking like, that's not who I am. He's not a dad. Accept that. And I'm not saying that in a way of trying to be dismissive. It's a matter of being realistic about it, right? So you're holding on to the what ifs, what should haves, what could haves. But if you just look at it for what it is, you'll be able to understand, oh, you're just a person. My biological father, his biological dad was hit by an 18-wheeler when he was like 4. So he lost his dad. And then the dad that I know as my grandfather was abusive. He never had a dad. So that's why he didn't want to be a dad. You get what I'm saying? So he's just a person at the end of the day. Whether he has kids or not, he's still just a person. And so moving forward, I would encourage you to, one, see your dad, and anybody else going through this, see your dad as just a person and accept that that's just what it is. He's just a person having a human experience, right? Go to God and get so specific with whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want, because God is listening. But God can only listen if you're willing to talk. God can only listen if you're willing to admit, hey, this is what I need. Because if you don't know what you need, if you don't know what you want, then God gives it to you like the plate I was talking about earlier. You're not going to eat it. You don't even know that you need that. So that's why it's so important that you have to say it. Get so specific. And then last, remember that it has less to do about you and more, if not everything, to do with that person and the human experience that they're having. Y'all got it? Was that a little harsh? Did I get a little harsh? I'm sorry. Was that harsh? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yay! Good. And then update too, me and my dad, we don't talk every day because I don't feel like we need to, but when he calls, instead of ignoring it, I answer. You know, I used to just be like, oh, what do he want? I don't answer. But now when he calls, I'm a little more intrigued just to see what he's doing or to see how his day was. But I feel like I wouldn't have been able to get to that point if I was still expecting dad versus expecting person. Hey, that's it, y'all. That's it.
Stood out to me the most from the Questions with Qri was how directly after we should focus on building those relationships with God, we should build that relationship with ourselves, because even though we're talking about relationships, it all started with you and it all started with God. And I like that was her base in all her answers and advice.
Her really just transparency and just really talking from girl to girl. It was one question and she was like, you know what, just block them. And you know, sometimes you just have to block them so you don't block your blessings.
Yeah, it was great. We love Questions with Qri.
Another thing I really liked is the fact that she kind of like reiterated, without no rain, there is no flowers, and understanding that when you go through adversity, that it's not in vain and that it's really just to make you stronger. And we want to see her again.
For part 3.